African community with our parenting skills, what we succumb to be regular in our community, you know? I can say they were good parents with bad ethics. For instance, my father. You know, it's funny, I was just talking to him today, and we was talking about the stuff he did. You know, I gave him a preview of my poem, and he was like, "So you were scarred?" I was like, "Yeah, I was scarred." You know, you gotta take into accountability. You know, the things that you do not know. You know, talking about my mother, calling my mother certain names while we around each other and everything like that, and make me feel real awkward, uncomfortable. You know, and you know, that could affect the kid. You know, we never pay attention to stuff like that, you know, talking about my mother in front of people, you know. It would work vice versa if my mother talked about my father. So at the end of the day, you know, it made me feel real uncomfortable. Yeah, pretty loving mom growing up. I learned from my mother, you'd rather be the one giving than the one asking. So that's where my unselfish nature comes from. I learned how not to talk to my kids, because my mother she would call us filthy animals and everything, you know? And I think that's very impactful, the way we talk to the children. I believe if we're going to discipline them, but always talk to them to raise them higher. Well, I'm going to be honest. Well, I became the name she called me, and I'm not going to say I became the name she called me because she called me the name. Let's not ever get that misconstrued. And you know, at one point in time, I was living like a savage. At one point in time, I was just all the way out there, you know? So, I'm not gonna say that, like I said, it plays an impact, but I'm not gonna blame it solely on that. But I think we need to be more conscious of how we speak to our kids, because you speak everything into existence. It starts with a thought, which translates into a word, which translates into action. The younger me, I wouldn't say anything to. I think the younger me needs to learn everything I learned up into this day in order to be the man I am today. Because you know, I had different aspects in life, and you know, I grew from there. Like, I thought everything was solely about money. I thought happiness was money. And it wasn't like this my whole life. Like, up until like 15, 16, 17, you know, I wanted that. But, you know, it wasn't like that was the sole purpose, you know? And I mean, I'll take it further than that, because I had different phases. I wanted to be the #1 gangster. That was my biggest passion. Then when I got to sales, I wanted to make more money than I ever made before. You know, I sold oils and incense. I made $100 to $200 a day. I sold books, you know. I sold them with a young lady, and she was the publisher and author. We would sell about 100 books in an hour and a half, 2 hours. And $11 a pop, I would take 4, she would take the 7. We switched it to 10, because I said, everybody ain't got that dollar. So let's just make it even. They can give us an even dollar. Kept it at 4. So selling 100 books, I made $400 in an hour, 2 hours, you know? And then I went to the business I'm currently in, and I mean, I can tell you honestly, I've made thousands in a day, you know? But to bring it back to the point, I've been through so many different phases. I've been a criminal-minded, gangster. I've been through the sales. I've been through parenting. I had custody of my daughters. I still have custody of my daughters. Went in court for 3 years to get custody of my daughters. Raised my daughters. But you know, that takes me back to, you know, you can't just blame the other parent, even though, you know, my baby mother, what can I say? And you know, she's a queen at the end of the day. You know, some of our queens are just misguided and have to be led correctly. And then that can come back to me because I didn't lead her correctly. I was old enough, so I should have led her correctly. you know, with the ignorant side of me, crazy. But like I said, you know, I there's so many facets to Kamal. That's why Kamal speaks. To let everybody know every part of me. Every part of me. It's a different part that built me. So I wouldn't tell myself nothing. I'll tell myself to live life. Piece of advice what I give to him. Always fight for what you believe in. Never quit. Stay green and grow. You know, at the end of the day, I don't believe a lot of parents teach their kids to stay tough anymore. You know, I believe we brought into this so-called system, every child wins. Not saying, how can I clean that up? Every child, you know, every child supposed to get an award. When I believe the harder you work, the more you should earn. And when I say earn grades, you can earn in a relationship, you can earn in all aspects. So I would teach him to be a winner. And winners work hard. That's what I would teach my son. You know? And be positive, you know? Be conscious. Well, you're gonna feel every aspect of that. You're gonna feel every aspect of that. This poem is meant to hit the cores of good parents, bad parents, because you got good parents with bad ethics that they don't even pay attention to. You got good parents who parent off emotions of things they're going through and don't even notice it. So at the end of the day, I just wanna shed light, because this poem is not, it's for the parents, but it's for the voice of the children. It's for the voice of the children. These children gotta have a voice.